fruit bowl. Yo, hello guys, my name's Mighty Max, welcome back to a brand new video guys. Today, we've got another video coming out this week. Say, what? Crazy, I know. Big difference, okay? This time, it is a DIY video. I said these were coming, I said it was gonna happen guys, but you didn't believe me. Insane, okay? Here we go. You're probably like, Max, what's this? Huh? What is this? What is happening? This doesn't look right. No, this does not look right at all. Well, guys, today, oh yes, today, we're going to be making the Grimoire from Black Clover. In other words, Asta's Grimoire from Black Clover. This might not work, but it might work. It might work. So, we're just going to get on and do it, basically. So guys, what we have here is a test piece of foam. This test piece of foam, as you can see, is actually quite detailed. Like, look at this. It's got some like leathery kind of feel to it, but if you look at the back, oh wait, no, this is, never mind, I went on both sides. Here, you can see, this is like shiny, leathery looking material, but it's actually just foam. Like, look at that matte finish on the back there, that is the foam as it comes. It even has a sticker that they left on there, which is really, really aggravating. But, here we have the foam. This is now what looks like leather, and that is going to be going on this book right here. Hell yeah! So this book, this isn't just a book, okay? This is not just a book. I know what you're thinking. A book? No way. No way could a book be doing this. Oh, what now? What now, huh? What now? That's right. This book actually lights up. It's pretty sick. It does different colours, and it's just perfect for a grimoire. So, look at how nicely it closes. It's rechargeable, it's perfect. So goddamn good. So goddamn good. So good. Okay, really good. Sorry, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm really, really just happy that this book right here is as good as it is. But yeah, so it has different colours and stuff. Here we have blue, you know, green, white, and red. That's all the colours. But what's amazing is that realistically, if I just had, you know, this over this book right here, like, you can see where I'm going with this. It's going to look a lot like Asta's Grimoire. However, the one thing that it's missing so far is a clover, right? A 5-leaf clover in the middle. And I've decided that this hot glue gun, with no glue in it, just by the way, just to let you know, there is no glue in this, I'm going to use this to heat up the foam and draw out like a little, you know, a little clover in the center of the foam, and hopefully that works. But before we get on to that, I'm going to show you guys how I actually got this textured, leathery effect on the foam, because it looks sick. Alright guys, first off you want to start off with just one piece of tinfoil, like a normal average piece of tinfoil, nothing too crazy about it, okay? Then what you want to do is, you just want to kind of, you know, scrunch it up a little bit, you know, make it all crunchy and scrunchy and nice. And then, well really you can just go ham, to be honest. And as you can see, it has all these, like, you know, it has this pattern on it, right? Here you have your matte foam, your normal foam that you just bought from the craft store, okay? Then you grab your tin foil that you just scrunched up, you flatten it on top, then you go get an iron. Now, I'll put it like this. This iron is not on, okay, and it's safe to be doing on this surface because it's not on. I repeat, this kettle, this iron is not on, okay? But, you know, bear with me. So you've got your flattened out tin foil, and then you just go over the top of it whilst it's hot, and as long as you don't leave it on there too long, what you get is this very nice, shiny, leathery look on your foam afterwards. Now what actually happens is the foam melts just slightly, and you'll know if you've hit foam with a heat gun before, it'll give you a shiny effect. However, it won't give you the leathery kind of textury imprints that it leaves. That's what the foil does. It leaves all the texture on it. So, not all of this, you know, obviously tinfoil does not look like leather at all, but essentially it leaves like just enough imprints on the foam to make it look like leather. And that's how it works. So it's heated up, it leaves all of the imprints off of this tinfoil onto the foam, and you know, with a few go-overs, you know, doing the same sort of areas a couple of times possibly, you get something that looks like this. Now what you can also get is a look that looks like this, which as you can see is quite different in a way, and that is just to do with like how scrunchy your tinfoil is. So the scrunchiest tinfoil would be this look, where there aren't really too many like deep imprints on there, and it just looks like leather, essentially. It looks like black stained leather. But here, what we have is some foam where I didn't scrunch up the tinfoil that much, and some parts were left like super scrunchy, like this, let's say, this little edge right here. I could have like flattened this down, and that would have been an imprint on this foam. You see what I mean? Like, it wouldn't have been scrunched up very much to get this kind of look. But if you want a more finer, more spread out look, just scrunch up your tinfoil way more, and you get a much more even, like, spread out of imprints and everything, and it just looks nice. Looks pretty good. Also, these creases weren't intentional. As you can probably see, it has an outline of a little book here. That was an accident. I left it on my sketchbook under something heavy for a while. Totally forgot about it. And, well, here you go. It's whatever. To be honest, it'll probably make the book look a lot nicer anyways. And, yeah, I'll work around it. What we're going to do here is we're going to have the foam spread out over here in a second, and the book, okay? Now, what you want to do is, preferably, if possible, keep one side soft, like not textured. Keep one side normal foam, okay? And just leave it like that, do not touch it. Then what you're going to want to do is get your book, and you're going to want to open up your book. Doesn't really matter what your book looks like or anything like that. It doesn't have to open up like mine or do anything like my book. But what you want to do is, rather than doing what some people might do and trace over this side of the book first and then flip the book, instead you're actually just going to want to open the book up completely, and this will give you a perfect shape. That way you don't really have to do too much trimming, and your book and the material should fold with each other perfectly. So that's what you want to make sure you do correctly. Also, I would advise that you leave like this much of an edge, just so that maybe if you wanted to, you could fold this in on the edge of the book, just to make it look a bit nicer, but that's your preference, not mine. This, for me, is just going to be like a background prop for my YouTube videos. It's not really going to be anything crazy. It's not a cosplay piece, but it totally could be if you wanted it to be, which is why I'm filming this video, because I was going to make this anyways, but there might be people out there who wanted to know how I made it, so I'm just going to make the video now, rather than waiting for people to ask how I made it. Otherwise I'd have to make two, and that would be annoying. Oh yes, the chicken is ready. Let's go. What a glorious time for the chicken to be ready. Thanks, chicken. really making my YouTube video a lot better. Great quality content. Oh, the oven's so hot. Okay, yes, camera decided to do a flip. Nice one, camera. Real good. Absolutely sick. By the way, I was cooking chicken whilst making this video, so here's a look at my chicken. Alright, very nicely done. Now here we have the foam with the outline, which is, well, pretty visible. It works, at least. So now what you want to do is you want to cut this out if you're not going to overlap your edges. But if you're going to overlap your edges like I do, you're going to want to leave about maybe an inch going around this outline. So pretty much what I've left here, you want to leave going all the way around, about a fingertip of space, going all the way around, so that way that you can overlap the foam material around the inside of your book. It will just make it look a little bit cleaner. I mean, minus the fact that mine has a USB on it. We'll just say that port wasn't there. If you had a normal book, you'd just overlap the edges. There we go. Also guys, just to let you know, I got this book off of eBay, but you can definitely find this book on Amazon as well. I'll leave links in the description to it. So if you want to find the exact book that I'm using for this video, go ahead and look in the description.
Okay guys, so what we're doing here is we are heating up this little, I would say, egg-shaped piece of metal here. This is for the Clover, and what we're actually going to do here is we're going to stamp down with the heated up egg-shaped metal piece, and it's going to leave an imprint on the foam which leaves a Clover eventually. So the plan is to do this one piece right here, as you can see. It's imprinted on the foam, which is nice because you can. Technically it's like branded leather, so it's pretty cool. Looks pretty nice, and it works very well. Also, you'll probably notice these aren't my hands because, well, I simply just needed someone else to do this because I needed to film it, and you know, I couldn't really film and do the same thing. You know, do one thing and do that at the same time. It's pretty much impossible. I needed both hands, so yeah, basically I just had my dad do this. Super easy though. Basically, once you've heated up this piece of metal, you just stamp it onto the foam, make sure that it's centered as well, and then once you've done that, just do it 5 times in a circular motion, and by the end of it you'll have a 5-leaf clover, which is exactly what Asta's Grimoire looks like. So basically, yeah, the heat of the metal imprints the clover leaves, which is pretty nice. And if you want to know how the little piece was made, my dad literally just grinded down like a little piece of metal, stuck it to the top of this bolt, and boosh. That's basically it. It's as simple as that. Okay guys, so we're going to get on to the next step right here. So, here we have the Clover stamped onto the foam, and right now it's being pressed over a book. The light up orange book that I showed you earlier is now covered with this foam. However, we're only seeing if the Clover is centered right now, and basically just checking to make sure everything is okay. So once you've sort of checked everything's fine, everything's centered, everything looks good, then you want to just sort of open up your book, make sure everything looks good, make sure that nothing's changed. You know, the heat from the metal could possibly ruin your foam if you're not careful, so make sure that you check up on these things. And now we're going to get on to some spray adhesive. Okay guys, so here's the spray adhesive. It's already on the foam. I couldn't really film it because the spray adhesive goes everywhere and we had to do it outside and it was dark. So, excuses over. The adhesive is now on the black foam, and you basically only have one shot at this, so no pressure. But what you want to do is you want to stick the book on top of the foam, and place it just perfectly in line. It has to be perfect, basically, from the first go, because spray adhesive, it sticks instantly. It's a lot like contact cement, and basically what that is it sticks instantly. It's very difficult to take off. So as you can see, my dad here just absolutely smashed it right there. It's perfectly in line with everything. The corners all add up. It's all looking good. Okay, so now we're at the point where we want to fold over the foam edges. So this is where, if you left like an inch or so of overlap, you can now overlap these edges, and basically you want to overlap them over the edge of the book on the inside. So basically it covers up all the seams, and it just looks way, way better. Way, way better. And this could be a little bit tricky, because there's some slots where, let's say down the spine of the foam, you want to cut some slits there just so that it doesn't pull away too much, otherwise it's going to come off your book. And also with your edge, you want to pretty much keep at least an inch for overlap. I kept less than an inch, and it's pretty difficult to overlap here. And bear in mind, the more foam that you leave to overlap over your edges, the more it will stick to the book, because there'll be more adhesive on it. You get what I'm saying? More surface area, physics, science, you already know. Alright, cool. So now we have these corners, and with the corners, we did something a little bit different, so I'll show you right here. Okay guys, so what we did is we pinched the corners together and sort of made them pointy rather than overlapping them, because the overall look is a lot better, and it turns the shape of the book into, instead of having rounded corners, it has pointy corners like a normal book, rather than the rounded sort of aesthetically pleasing edges that are on the LED book. We want this to look like a grimoire, so we just pinched the corners, made them stick out a bit, we trimmed them up a little bit as well, and then you have a very nice looking book. Alright guys, so there's the book. Looks pretty nice, it looks legit, If you found this in the world of Black Clover, I would say you'd be pretty convinced that it's real. I think it looks pretty awesome, to be completely honest with you guys. But here we go guys, I'm going to show you some little video clips of what this looks like in the dark and all sorts of things. So yeah, I'm just going to stop talking now and let you watch the magic. Alright guys, so this is just me taking the thumbnail for the video, but I just wanted to say right here, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys watching it. For any of you guys who are old subscribers, new subscribers, I appreciate you all for just sticking around and watching the content. Really appreciate it, so helpful, and yeah, just keep on smashing the like button, keep on hitting subscribe, all that stuff guys. Comment down below who's your favourite character in Black Clover if you got this far. And if you got this far, thank you for watching. It really means the world. So thank you guys for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Absolutely smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. Comment down below favourite Black Clover character. And I'll see you in the next video, which is probably going to be a cosplay video. See you later guys.